Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. The 144,000 and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathen that look like those heathen. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson in truth and Shabbat Shalom. We have two this week. This is the last one for the current moon cycle, and then the new one starts Friday evening. All right, so now they can actually say Friday to Saturday night, because it really is for this moon cycle, for this next. Remember, the word month comes from the word moon. All right, so it actually does start this time on Friday evening. All right, so for the next moon cycle, it's today's the last of the old moon cycle, and then the new one. So we have a day in between. All right, so you have from Thursday sundown to Friday sundown, to get anything in that you need to get done. All right, but 2 points that we're gonna go. I want to give a shout out to my brother Paul Duncan, Shalom, beloved. And there's some information that I got from him on TikTok that I want to play, and which is talking about current matters in the current state of the world, the earth, and Babylon's effect, going all the way back to what you're looking at on the screen, to Petra, which was the first home of the Edomites, who are the so-called white man. And the evidence is this third video. You can see the images that are in Petra, just like the ones that were in Greece, that were in Rome. We tell you, they're not Arabs. All right, here, and this is the home in which and there's nothing but Arabs that live in Petra now. But that started off the home of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, because my lesson earlier was on that very subject matter. All right, Ishmael is not Esau. The Arabs are not Edomites, and Arab means mongrel, or mix. And the Arabs is a mixture mainly of Elam and Ishmael. Now, are there some Edomites among them? Absolutely. There's Edomites among every nation, just like there's Israelites among every nation. Okay? So here are the images of the kindred of Alexander of Macedon. Okay? And at the top right there in Petra, they still build their courthouses, their city halls and the White House and etc. with these columns. They still build like this to this day. Notice the castles in Europe aren't built in what they refer to as Europe, which is really Asia, are not built this way, because the Edomites didn't build those. But you can see that eagle at the top. Okay, and they're very proud of that eagle, which brings to mind this first video from TikTok.
Eagles can live up to 70 years because they are mentally strong. After 40 years, every eagle has to make a difficult decision. Its claws are no longer sharp enough to hunt.
Well, I'll just play it.
Its becomes bent and blunt, and its feathers become thick. After 40 years, every eagle has two options. Either it dies, or it goes through a painful change. This painful change is that the eagle must go to the mountain and hit its beak with a rock for 4 months until it falls out. When the old beak falls out, a new beak grows in with the new beak. The eagle pulls out its claws. When the claws fall out and new ones grow in, the eagle plucks out its feathers. This painful journey takes 4 months, but after doing this, the eagle gets a new life. The eagle has no fear of giving up. We need to be like the eagle and have a fearless spirit of a conqueror. If you're not following Verazers, you probably won't see us again. If you are, congrats. You are growing every day.
And the comments is a lot of proud Edomites. All right. But let's see what the Lord had to say about the eagle. The eagle is a hateful bird of prey. Very violent and hateful bird of prey, which is a perfect animal, to line up with the spirit that is Esau. So I'm going to read from from the NLT, Obadiah, and it reads, "This is a vision of the sovereign Yahweh revealed to Obadiah concerning the land of Edom." All right, you're looking at Edom's original land. All right, but this is talking about wherever they are today, because remember, Edom was identified as the wicked. These Edomites right here that are not Arabs. All right, for those people who teach that false doctrine, that lie. I love it when the relics show themselves. Psalms 85 and 11. The Lord shuts down. Oh, it's beautiful, man. All right, because I've never seen these. It says Petra's hidden origins, and then I've never seen these Edomite images. All right, before that are in Petra. All right, definitely not so-called Arabs. All right, but it says, Edom's judgment announced. We have heard the message from Yahweh that an ambassador was sent to the nations to say, get ready, everyone. Let's assemble our armies and attack Edom. See, because everybody's going to turn on Edom. All the nations are going to turn on Edom. All right, which is basically America and the Europeans. But the Europeans themselves are also going to turn on the Edomites here in America. All right, and if you're really paying attention, you can see that kind of happening already. But it says, Yahweh says to Edom, I will cut you down to size among the nation. You will be greatly despised. Okay. And that also includes the Amalekites, all right, because they're the first of the nations. And America is ruled and controlled by Amalek, all right, by the JOOs, all right. It says, you will be greatly despised. You have been deceived by your own pride, because you live in the rock fortress. Wow, look at that, what's on the screen. And now they still do, making their all the high-rise buildings, and then all the carvings in the mountains, Mount Weather, all the military bases. Because I heard someone say that Colorado Springs is the real capital of America, and that's going to be their stronghold, which makes sense with NORAD and all the mountains and the Air Force and all the stuff that they have there. Salakia. The Army hold, and then they got all those military bases all inside the mountains of the underground, the dumbs, the deep underground military bases, and all the roads. It's all right there. One of the main places to access all that is right there in Colorado. Okay, but it says because you live in a rock fortress and make your home high in the mountains. Who can ever reach us way up here, you ask boastfully? But even if you soar as high as eagles and build your nest among the stars, I will bring you crashing down, saith Yahweh. All right, and Esau, Edom is very, very lifted up with pride, okay? And they have raped, robbed, their murdered their way and colonized very violently by the sword they have lived the whole world. Ishmael, the Arabs didn't conquer the whole world. They'll try to force the whole world to follow their vibration, to follow wickedness, all right? Because, not that the Ishmaelites are saints. They're far from that, okay? The only real saints are Israelites. But they do have codes and wickedness, certain things that they will not do and they don't tolerate and accept. But Christianity spread itself with the sword and the spear, and then did the most despicable things sexually to people, women, and children. The fact that the capital of child trafficking and human trafficking is now America, well, that's evidence of that. Okay, so let's play this video. That I got from the brother Paul. And yeah, this one.
Why do you say Europeans never created a civilization? Show me one. Sound like what's up, man? Show me a European civilization.
Rome was not a civilization. Greece is not a civilization. You don't know a day in the history of Greece where there wasn't a war. You don't know a day in the history of Rome and there wasn't a war. Those are not civilization. Those are death cults, war culture. They're not building anything. They're stealing from other people, borrowing from other people, and still carrying on this anti-human, anti-nature behavior of murdering, stealing to conquer and appropriate something that belonged to someone else that you could have gotten by just shaking a hand and making a deal.
And now they're using medical science to as one of those weapons. They're using medical science as a sword now.
Why are white people so intimidated and threatened by black men, despite their claims that black men are inferior to them and incapable of the most basic tasks?
Evidence of that is the Red Summer, the destruction of all the black settlements and cities that were built all across America in the early 1900s that they destroyed. All right, and then took all the resources away from them and put up ghettos and stuck them in there. All right.
Well, there's an easy answer to that question. Then no black men are superior to them. Put us in any playing field, be it physics or football, and we will win.
Truth.
Give us the same opportunities, and we will win. Because we come from a history of not trying to destroy and dominate the world, and you come from a history of trying to destroy and dominate the world, and that has become the culture of the white community.
Right, and so he's right. You know, Greece and Rome were not civilizations at all. They basically, Greece and Rome were colonized, and they took the cultures of other people and used them to their benefits and called themselves by those names. The very people that you're looking at on the screen. These Edomites right here that are from Mount Petra. Okay? That's what they did. And Edom has been running from his destiny and has been running from his identity ever since. All right? He went from being Edom to the Khazars to the he became Greeks. They became Romans. They became Khazars, and they became Turks. They became Israelis. They became white people and Caucasians. Everything except Edom. Okay, these people definitely do not want to be who they really are, which they know they are. They just don't want to admit it. But history and the evidence is forcing them to. That's why so many of them that are actually admitting it and are embracing it. All right? And just to back up what the man said about that culture just being a death culture and not civilization at all, I forget what this Ishmaelite's name, but let's let him speak.
Everyone in the world knows that the Israelis do not follow any rules of war. And we all know that the United States doesn't follow any rules of war either. Well, I don't think there's a torturer in the world who didn't learn it from you. You didn't learn it from the appropriately named School of the Americas. Look that up too if you don't know. America and its allies have a long and blood-soaked history. The United States and Europe have been like ships sailing on a sea of blood. The blood of Africa, the blood of Latin America, the blood of the Middle East, and the blood of Asia. And we even had us in the bottom of that ship, rowing like galley slaves. So you're nothing but pirates. Like I've said, nothing makes that clearer today than your behavior towards Gaza, your stance on Palestine. Well, I don't think that there's been a genocide that you didn't support, from Congo to California, from the Philippines to Palestine. You know, you didn't even fight the Nazis to stop the Holocaust. That was just your retroactive rationale. It wasn't the millions of Jews. It was 2,000 Marines at Pearl Harbor that got you into the war. At Pearl Harbor, a military base on yet another territory.
Might I add that they were aware of Pearl Harbor before it happened, just like there's evidence that they were aware of October 7th before it happened. All right? So they would have the excuse to go and destroy and kill people. Same way they did then, they're doing now.
Colonized by the United States. And in response to that, you carpet-bombed civilians in Germany. You murdered 80,000 innocent people in an instant in Hiroshima. And another 40,000 at Nagasaki in an instant. All in so-called self-defense. Or you make up the rules as you go. We always have. And then even then, the rules that you make up on the fly, you still don't even follow those. That's because you're violent. You are violent and you believe in violence. What was that Netanyahu said? We're the people of the light, bombing women and babies, hospitals, churches, dropping white phosphorus on people to burn their skin off, blowing up entire city blocks of innocent civilians. That's the people of the light. You think that your violence is sacred. You think it's holy, sanctified atrocities. The more wanton, the more savage, the more beautiful and inspiring it is to you, because you think that the more violent you are and the more you're able to get away with that violence, the more it means that you're justified, the more it means that you are superior. And the superior always have the right to do whatever they want, don't they? No matter how sadistic it is, no matter how sadistic and how evil it is, if you can get away with it, if you can get away with being sadistic and evil, then you think it's proof of your superiority. And anyone who opposes you or expects you to follow any kind of rules is committing the ultimate crime of questioning your superiority. You're the people of the light, after all. And anyone who expects you to act like a normal, decent, law-abiding human being, they must be people of the darkness. And when you say Israel has the right to defend itself, what you're really saying is they have the right to defend their supremacy, and no one has the right to challenge it. That's what you're really saying.
Exactly. All right. They don't like it when they're called out. So let's go to the scriptures. Back into the NLT. All right. King James first and foremost, but you know, it's funny. They create this NLT to try to get around all the scriptures that speak on men. They usually take the man out, especially if it identifies patriarchy, and all the scriptures that identify the melanated dark flesh of the Israelites of the tribe of Judah, you know, of the angels, of the Lord and Savior, King Yahushua, who they fraudulently call Jesus Christ, Yahshua, and of the Most High himself, Yahweh, which they fraudulently call Yahweh or Jehovah. All right, all those scriptures they kind of tone down. But this is Ezekiel 35, and I'm going to start at verse 1 in the NLT, and it reads, in the title of the chapter, it says, a message for Edom. All right. Remember, you're looking at the first mountain home, all right, of Esau, Edom is Petra, which is south of Israel, you know, in Jordan, all right, which is the just below Israel, which is the home where the Edomites, so-called Caucasians, who later called themselves white people, came from. And here's the evidence of who they were. You would think that you were looking at something in Greece and Rome. No, you're looking at Petra and the same way they build. Matter of fact, with all this sort of carving work, you find all throughout Europe and early American buildings, still to this day. And I never even noticed those. They rock climbed right there to get up top. And like I said, and above this at the top is cut off in this image. There's an eagle sitting right there. So there's no denying these facts, man. But this is Ezekiel 35 and 5. It said, again, a message came to me from Yahweh, son of man, turn and face Mount Seir and prophesy against its people. See, because you got that woman talking about the Lord only hated Esau. No, it was against his people. When it talks about Jacob, it's talking about his people, the 12 tribes, and his millions of innumerous cannot be counted people. All right? Because when you add the 12 tribes, and you know, which make up the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and then you consider those that of our people that are spread among the heathen nations, and they're among every one of them, right? That look like them, so they can't be counted. You know, say we'll be as numerous as the sand of the sea. You pick up a handful of sand, a fistful of sand, and try to count it. You can't. So how you can't? So exactly. Think about it. And it says, and prophesy against this people, give them this message from the sovereign Yahweh. I am your enemy, O Mount Seir. So the Lord is the enemy to Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. And I will raise my fist against you to destroy you completely. I will demolish your cities and make you desolate. then you will know that I am Yahweh. Your eternal hatred for the people of Israel led you to butcher them when they were helpless, when I had already punished them for all their sins. As surely as I live, says the sovereign Yahweh, since you show no distaste for blood, I will give you a bloodbath of your own. Your turn has come. Ooh, I love the way this one reads. I will make Mount Seir utterly desolate, killing off all who try to escape and any who return. Notice he said kill and not murder. So when you killing is actually righteous. Somebody being killed is being killed for sin. All right? When you murder and sin are not, murder and killing are not the same thing. It says, and because the Lord said, I will make Mount Seir utterly desolate, killing off all who try to escape and any who return. So you notice he didn't say murder. I will fill your mountains with your dead. Your hills, your valleys, your ravines will be filled with the people slaughtered by the sword. Man, the Lord is getting ready to turn loose on you Edomites, man. Your time is up. Your time is up. All right? As simple as that. Matter of fact, let's get Lamentations real quick. Let me find Lamentation. I'm interested to see how that one reads now. Got it. This is Lamentations 4 and 21. Are you rejoicing in the land of Uz, O people of Edom? Because they teach that Edom is done away with. Well, they taught that, and now they're trying to teach that since that was a lie, and that can't be proven. Now they're trying to say that they're the Arabs. You got dumbass Israelites trying to teach that nonsense too. But it says, are you rejoicing in the land of Uz, O people of Edom? But you too must drink from the cup of Yahweh's anger. You too will be stripped naked in your drunkenness. O beautiful Jerusalem, your punishment will end. You will soon return from exile, but Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Ooh, soon your many sins will be exposed, and the men of the Lord are doing that. All right? The men of the Lord are it tells you that in 2 Thessalonians. All right? Through the mouth of his prophets, and his prophets are exposing you to your shame daily. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, all honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kwadash, Kwam Yasserallah, Shalom.